Hello everybody, this is Titus again. For another video. Don't mind my red nose. Just got finished doing a little walk out in the cold at Sleeping Giant State Park. The subject of this video today is: are we alone in the universe? Now, this question is not the correct question, not the right question to ask. More often than not, we ask this question. It's usually the other question that's behind it is: are there intelligent life forms like us, or more evolved than us, out there? Simply put, look at the size of this galaxy. How it takes a beam of light from one end of the galaxy 100,000 years to reach, roughly 100,000 or so years, to reach the other end of the galaxy. Now, we factor in that there are billions upon billions of stars in this galaxy. Each star with the possibility of having at least one planet orbiting its host star. That is still billions upon billions of planets in which the potential of life has drastically increased. Now, it doesn't even need to be a planet, actually. It could be another object. It could be a moon that has the capability of a barren life. It could be a moon orbiting its host planet, in which the friction caused by the oscillation caused by the push and pull of the gravitational forces of its host planet, and that of a star, creating enough friction and heat to create off-gassing, the melting of ice of water, melting of hot frozen nitrogen, and whatnot. And depending on the activity of its core, or even if it has a lack of a core, or a lack of an active core, it can still very much be a moon that is just covered in ice, but underneath that ice is water, warm water, and with other elements that can provide elements needed to create life. An example can be given with our planet Jupiter. In its completeness, in its size. Now, when we gauge life, and what we're looking for is obviously, usually when we ask that question, we're looking for, is there any other intelligent life form out there? So to say that, are we alone in this universe, is not the right way to word it. To give you an example, on a nice warm summer day, trees are blossoming, trees are blooming, leaves, you got birds flying, you got squirrels, you have opossums, you also have raccoons, deer, you have the bugs beneath, the ants, the beetles, the bumblebees, different grass, fish. You got this huge explosion of different complex life forms, and even more uncomplex life forms, or simpler life forms that we cannot see. So there's bacteria, parasites, Paragonal, stuff like tardigrades, extremely small organisms. So to say we are alone here on this planet would be a dumb question. Now, imagine you have billions of planets, and out of those billions of planets, millions contain, at most, the most simplest life forms. At minimum. That's still life. And still a lot of different kinds of life forms. You know, each planet or each object containing possibly millions of other kinds of life forms in their own unique form, or different compositions, perhaps made of different, slightly different elements, perhaps maybe silicon-based life forms. Now, when we look for intelligent life forms, that scale shrinks. So from billions of planets to millions of possibilities of millions of planets having life, to potentially maybe thousands of planets having intelligent life forms. You could say these intelligent life forms can be ranging anywhere from primitive to where they have some bearing, some manner of understanding to craft tools or have their own communication and understanding the environment around them, whether that be verbal or expressive, whatever the means is. Now that scale shrinks even more when it comes to advanced, intelligent life forms in which I have the capability of building advanced vessels to bring themselves and others beyond their planet or other objects or their solar system. That scale shrinks even further. So you can equate this as to a lottery. So let's say you buy a lottery ticket in which there are 1 million entries. So the odds of you winning is 1,000,000 to 1. That one ticket, that winning ticket, can represent some of the most advanced life form in the galaxy. Meaning they have the capability and understanding to go way beyond what we are capable of. Perhaps they are more spiritually aligned. Perhaps they are just intelligence-based on facts and logic. We hope that they have some semblance of understanding to how we, as a species, survive and live and communicate and share amongst one another feelings of love, compassion. We can hope that they also have or share some of the same qualities to which we can effectively create a bond, a mutual bond, relationship. Kind of like, I would say, a child and his parents, to some degree, or two brothers, a big brother and a small brother. You know, life reaching out for other life. Now, eventually, we have to get to a point in our journey where the cradle that is the earth just won't cut it for us anymore. There's going to be too many hands in the cookie jar. There's going to be a lot of conflict, in which there already is here on this planet. A lot of conflicts and whatnot. Countless wars, genocide, differences, creating division, an unnecessary kind of division. You can make the comparison to that of a house, and this house is only suited to share about 10 people to live inside of it. Limited resources, a limited amount of space, you're given an X amount to work with. Now imagine that growth explodes to 1,000 people living in that house. Well, there's going to be conflict. There's going to be a fight for survival, fight or flight, lack of resources. Something is not done to mitigate or to keep up with this explosion of life. People will die. forced out of this house. Some will be curious and journey outside of it. But ultimately, this house cannot sustain 1,000 people. And with that, we should not get it to a point where our selfishness, our greed, destroys the house because we're so blinded by our own personal ego, personal hatred, personal pains, disagreements. We destroy for everybody. Someone's got to be smart enough to know, okay, this isn't right. We're aware of this. We have to stop. We have to do something. They can argue that to the movement, such as climate change. So, eventually, we will leave this planet, whether we're forced to or not. We must do whatever we can to survive and expand and enlighten and to grow, however that may occur, for the sake of not just our life, not for the sake of just our species, but for other life forms. This is where love, self-love, whether receiving, giving, is extremely important. We need each other. When we start to leave this planet, we must rely upon each other more than ever to survive the harshness that is outer space. We're going to learn all that we can here on this planet so that when that day comes where we cannot sustain this planet anymore, or this planet is not sustainable by itself anymore, and no matter what we do, we cannot help maintain it. We got to be willing to move. So, I hope that makes you think for a second. Hopefully, that actually provides you a little bit of insight, a new way of thinking. Life, depending on how you view it, can be viewed as a virus, or a blessing, a gift. Life is fragile. Resilience, probably not as rare as one may think. However, may be rare in regards to super intelligence or super smart, whatever. Yeah. So I appreciate you watching, and hopefully this sparks something, and it's a bit of a message of unity amongst ourselves.